Now, I'm not a big fan of the red pill philosophy. I'm not a big fan of the red pill community. I think most of those guys are creeps, douchebags, the whole nine. However, I don't think they're completely wrong about the things that they say. At least not with regard to certain types of women. And I think that's my biggest issue with most of those red pill guys is they don't make a distinction between certain types of women, because a large part of the red pill philosophy is that pretty much every girl is the same. And it's just ridiculous. You know, it's a silly philosophy to have. And I think a lot of those red pill guys, they're just these douchebags that's just going around trying to justify mistreating girls. That's what I personally think. However, like I said, I don't think they're completely wrong, at least not with regard to certain types of girls. Most of those red pill guys, the thing about them is they're actively putting themselves in environments that pretty much confirm all of the things that they say. It's like confirmation bias. Like if you're out in New York City, Miami, California, then guess what? All the things that they say about girls, it's gonna be a reality. You're gonna see it. You know, everything that they say about girls being, you know, crazy and playing all these crazy shitty games and doing all this foul, low down stuff. Yeah, that's gonna be a reality. But of course, it's New York City. You know what I'm saying? It's Miami. It's Chicago. It's no different than any other big city globally around the world. You're gonna see that. The thing is, not everybody is going to these cities. Like if you're going to actively go to these places, of course you're going to see those things. It's confirmation bias, you know. But so I would say this: if you're going to actively chase these types of girls, these Instagram models, these bad bitches, as they say, then you might want to be red pill. I think red pill is actually the smartest route to take. Because if you're trying to be Mr. Loverboy, Mr. Romantic, Mr. You know what I mean, Mr. Charming, and sweep her off her feet and express your love and give her heart, you know, most of those girls like that, they don't want the heart, they want the dick. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's logical to be red pill if you're dealing with Instagram models and bad bitches. You know what I'm saying? However, if you're a guy that wants a solid relationship, a healthy, loyal relationship, because yeah, believe it or not, there are men and women that do want that. Not every woman's a skank, not every man's a douchebag. You can get that, but you shouldn't be red pill if that's what you want. You don't want to try to find a girl, a loyal, loving, nurturing, motherly type of woman if you're going to have this red pill philosophy, you know. And my biggest problem with the guys like those guys on Fresh and Fit and all the other idiots that they've had on their podcast is just confirmation bias. You know what it is? They're just douchebags that want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to talk shit about girls and hold them to the standard of being housewives and things like that, but they also want to slut them out, you know, and fuck them too. It's like you can't have it both ways, man, you know. And it kind of makes me think about MGTOW, because a lot of people shame MGTOW, but actually MGTOW is probably the most logical route to take. If these types of girls, all these, you know, as they say, these thoughts and stuff, these Instagram models, if they bug you so much, then MGTOW is the most logical path to take if you want to make a change. MGTOW, all it pretty much is pretty much like a strike. It's an intention strike. It's a sex strike. It's a strike on women. It's basically saying, hey, as men, we're not going to do this if you don't change, you know. But by continuing to fuck these girls or have sex with them, or, you know, you're pretty much giving them what they want. You know, these red pill guys, they constantly say, don't validate women, don't validate women, don't validate women. But all you're doing is validating women by making all these stupid ass channels dedicated to validating women, although acting like you don't care about women. I mean, I can rattle off a laundry list of red pillars. My God, I hate the rain, but I'm on a roll right now, so I'm gonna just continue on with this video. I hate these red pillars that constantly, their message is don't validate women, but yet their whole channels is dedicated to trying to find strategy to get women. It's so stupid, man. Making a channel talking about ways to get women is the ultimate form of validation. Creating strategies to sleep with them is the ultimate form of validation. Because guess what, man? The girls that these guys are talking about, they don't care about being called hoes. They don't care about being called sluts. The only thing they care about is the attention, as these red pillars say. and sexual attention on top of that. So no matter how many times you call them a slut and say, oh, you're not wife material, no one's gonna want you, guess what? You still trying to fuck them. That's all they see. And as long as that's the reality, they win. They win. So you got these guys like Myron Gaines and these stuff going on, going on crusades, calling you're a slut. But then they be so thirsty to sleep with these sluts. Y'all be so thirsty to sleep with these sluts, So these red pillars, they corny, but they're not entirely wrong about certain things that they say. They're not. It's just, the things that they say are only relevant to the types of crazy bitches that they are actively pursuing. If you actively pursue these types of girls, then yeah, everything these red pillars are talking about is true. And there was something else I wanted to say. One thing, all right, another thing these red pillars, they say is like, they're always talking about how women they're like trust fund babies. Sex comes easy to them. They don't have to work for nothing. Therefore, men have the right to cheat. It's not the same. They always talk about how men and women they're not the same. They're not the same, And that's true. In certain ways, men and women are not the same. But you know what is the same? Our dislike for being treated like shit is the same. Nobody wants to be cheated on. Nobody likes being cheated on. That's the same. So to sit here and try to justify cheating on women just because men apparently have to work harder for certain things is stupid. Because also, dude, keep in mind, just because sex comes easier to girls or whatnot, not all girls are just going around fucking random dudes that come on to them. Yeah, so just because it comes easier doesn't mean girls are just actively taking advantage of how easy they can get sex. There are girls out there that are turning down guys left and right. And that's ironically, that's something even Myron Gaines admitted. He's constantly said he's been shot down many times. And I'm actually kind of glad to hear that, because he was a creep ball, man. I mentioned that in another video. I'm glad to hear girls are shooting your ass down, which shows that girls, there is hope. There are girls with standards out here that's shooting y'all motherfuckers down. Actually, in a way, that's kind of invalidating a lot of things you saying about girls, because it shows, yeah, they not just going there. Everybody just ain't sleeping around as these girls ain't just sleeping around like you saying, But I can go on and on about this, but it's raining even crazier right now, so I think I'm gonna stop the video right here. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of red pill, although they do make certain valid points from time to time about certain women. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Later.